Hello everyone. So in this one we're going to be looking at iteration in Java, specifically looking at while loops. All right, so let's make a start. So I've already set up my project and my class, and we're just going to write it in here. So actually, before I do that, let's go back and remind ourselves of our comparison operators. Okay, so we have the double equals to say ask a question, is something equal to something else when we're dealing with a numeric value. We have the dot equals method when we're dealing with a string value. And again, when we're dealing with numeric, the crocodile mouths apply just like maths. And remember, the equals goes after the crocodile mouth. And then if we want to test if something's not equal to, we use exclamation point equals. Okay. And our Boolean operators, make this a bit smaller, I think. Or maybe not, it's not letting me shrink in. No, never mind. We can look at it like that. All right, so we have our, if we want and, so something and something else, we do a double and sign. And if we want or, so something or something else, we can have the double bar. Okay, so let's have a look. So first of all, let's have a look at how we set a while loop up. So we use the keyword while, and then we open close brackets. Let me make this bigger for you. Open close brackets, and then open and close our curly braces. Okay, so we've got the keyword while, which tells Java that we want to do a while loop, and then the condition that we want to happen or we want to use goes inside of the brackets. Okay, so if this condition is true, the code within these two crocodile mouths is going to run, and it will keep repeating as long as this code is true. Okay, so let's have a look at an example of this. All right, so I've got, if we have here, I don't like all this space. Fix that. Okay, so if I have here, if I just make let's just make an integer. Okay, so I'll int, and we'll just call it x, and I'll give it the value of 10. All right, now if I put in here while x is equal to 10, let's just print stuck in a loop. Okay, so we can see x is equal to 10, and I'm saying while x is equal to 10, print I'm stuck in a loop. Now this is just going to run forever because x is equal to 10, and I haven't given x any way of not being equal to 10. Okay, so if I run this, you will see I'm stuck in a loop, and that is just going to go on and on until my computer runs out of memory and it stops, which will take a long time. So I'm just going to stop that there. All right, so that is the basic function, or the basic layout of a while loop. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete this, and we'll have a look at something that is a little bit more useful, okay, or a little bit more interesting at least. So maybe I'm going to say int count and make it equal to 0. And now I can say while count, don't forget my brackets, while count is less than 10, carry out the code in between the curly braces. So let's just say system out, and let's have value of count is, and then let's put a space actually here, and then put plus count. Now at the end of this, or underneath here, I'm going to add the ability for count to get bigger. Okay, so I'm going to put count is equal to count plus 1. Okay, so this will add 1 to count every time it gets to it. Okay, so it will start off at 0, and it will check and say yes, count is less than 10, and it will run this code, and then it will add 1 to the count. But remember, in Java, we can write this in shorthand, and we can write count plus plus. Okay, so that's what I'm going to write. So if I press play, you can see what's happened. It's was 0, it runs it because 0 is less than 10, and then this counts 1 onto the count, 1 is less than 10, and so on and so on and so on until it gets to 9, and then it adds 1 to the count, and then count becomes 10, so this becomes false, so the loop stops. Okay, if I want to make it count to 10, I have to say equal to. All right, now if I run it now, it will run to 10. Okay, and then if I want to continue coding after that, I can just come out of my curly braces and write them. Let's continue. So if I press play, it will count to 10 and then stop and say let's continue. Okay, so that is the basics of while loops. They are pretty simple. They're probably simpler than for loops. Have a try the tasks I give you in class that I set on ManageBack and on Google Classroom. If you get stuck with anything, give me a shout and we can go over it together. Okay, and I'll see you in the next one, where I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I think it might be case of statements. All right, so I will see you then.